Hello, hello, welcome back. Long time no see. I missed y'all. I've been super busy lately and have not been recording as I should, but we're getting back today. A lot of things have been happening. The place is a mess. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ooh, let me put my hat back on. I have been making the biggest mess of this place. So sometime in the near future, when all the construction is said and done, we're going to have to do some touch-up work, but it might take a while. It's always storming, and I hear lightning hitting, like, I hear the explosions, and it just scares me. So let me drop a couple more things out of my inventory, and I will show you what we were up to. I had actually recorded a video for you all a couple days ago, but decided not to post it. It was actually more than a couple days ago. I never even got around to editing it, and usually after I record stuff, while I'm cleaning up whatever I did in the episode, I watch what I recorded, and I was none too pleased. And I was none too pleased with what we did either. A lot of what we did in this missing episode. Where am I putting stuff? There we go. There, that's fine. Yeah. There's a system in place, don't worry. And I had been working on a what's it called? Item overflow, and that's why we actually have that lever right there. It actually worked, and it ran to our overflow. And the idea for the overflow was actually pretty smart. It was just I didn't do anything I wanted to with it. It was very, and I'm going to sound pretentious, it was very uninspired. Oh, yeah, you guys have seen the water elevator, haven't you? Yeah. We're one floor too high. That hole in the wall you just saw, that was a lot of, more of the mess I've been making. Right here. This was the thing, and you can tell I didn't even keep going with it because this was the final design I settled on. This was the future design, or the old one, and I was in the process of converting from this to that. It holds more storage, and I had even gotten a couple things set up to sort. It's pretty cool. It actually sorts itself. So, like, if a new item comes in, it finds a place to put it and starts. That's its new place. But it was very messy, and I kind of shoehorned it in the base. It doesn't really fit well. I'm not pleased with it. So we're gonna be tearing it out today. Did all that work, and we're gonna be tearing it out. Start with these chests. Hey, on the bright side, I'll get a lot of hoppers back. I'm tearing it out because it's kind of in the way of a much bigger, grander project that is inspired. And if you... it'll probably be the title. You'll probably know what it is by now. The Big Dig. If you're from Boston, you know what the Big Dig was. City of Boston. I visited once a while ago. Cool place. Was in the news recently, and this is not related to that. Boston, the city, when it was built, the roads were based on cow paths. Basically, the paths that the cows traveled, they got worn down. Those became roads. So, from a city planning standpoint, there was no planning. And much of Boston was built on reclaimed land, which is a polite way of saying garbage dumps. And yeah, so Boston city planning is kind of not really there. And as a result, Boston for a long time suffered a whole lot of traffic. Like really bad, like crippling, debilitating traffic. And I don't know when they started this, but I think it was like the 90s. They started something called the Big Dig, and it was, you guessed it, a civil engineering project. And it was to reduce the traffic in Boston. There was a lot of overpasses and stuff like that to try to get people to move around the city quicker. The Big Dig basically focused on moving all those overpasses and a lot of the heavy infrastructure to move people and freight. Uh, it was basically designed to move all that underground. And it worked very well. Boston still has traffic, but it's not nearly as bad. And the city looks a lot better because of it. But the Big Dig, it took like over a decade. It was just awful. And I told you Boston was built on a lot of reclaimed land. So basically, they would start filling in parts of the harbor with trash and dirt and muck, and not in like the 90s. This is like in the 1800s, and as a result, a lot of the ground around Boston, it's kind of soft because it's garbage for the most part, and that's not very good for building tunnels in. And they actually had to freeze the ground. They pumped in like, I don't know if it was liquid nitrogen, but they had to freeze the ground to make it solid. Then build the tunnel and let it thaw. Pretty cool stuff, but they couldn't do that in the summer. Or maybe they did it only in the summer. I don't remember. Anyhow, that's how that worked. And today we're going to be doing something reminiscent of that. We're going to be doing a little Big Dig, and I've been trying not to show it to you, but I perhaps let it slip a few times. I have already done a whole lot of work. Like, you really have no idea how much work. To start off, oh man, I forgot about that. To start off our Big Dig, and doing pretty well. I've cleared out most of the material. We're not quite to our final destination, and this was in the way, so I was kind of waiting until I could record. Luckily, schoolwork has calmed down enough that I can do this stuff for y'all. Yeah, so right now I'm just tearing out all the stuff I spent like an hour setting up and recording. So it's kind of bittersweet. Good because we can get new stuff in here. Bad because I did place all this stuff in here before, and it's a lot of redstone that took me a lot of time and effort to get. Oh, in other exciting news, oh hello stairs. In other exciting news, that light in our smelter, it went off the other day. We finally had enough coal. Then I started tunneling, and I had to smelt up a lot of stone. Well, I guess I didn't need to, but I did. And now that's a problem. Oh, that train track you saw a moment ago on top of this thing that we're digging out? That's the smelter line. We have to reroute that. Like the Big Dig, it's going to shut down Boston for a decade. It's going to shut down our base for a decade. Boston got shut down for a decade during the Big Dig. It was madness. Madness. That's enough digging for now. I'll show you guys the tunnel. I know you want to see it. Bam. I know, right? Pretty cool. Oh, I forgot to get that. Let's go get that real quick. I don't know how tall it is. I would reckon in the neighborhood of like 30 blocks or something like that. And I am very lucky I did not just fall down in that ravine. Need to watch my step. Very good. Yeah, because you can see how this was in the way right here. And this is the cavern that we made a while ago. And I'm not sure how those two are going to connect, but they will. Yeah, so right now I'm just trying to get the tunnel in place. It's got a big footprint. We couldn't actually go any higher because we were... Oh man, I gotta fill that in. Do I have any stone? Ooh, a whole stack. Yay me. I I couldn't actually raise this up any height level wise because we were actually running into our master sorting system. Oh man, how do I keep missing these? Very good. Yeah. So it's, I don't know what height the bottom's actually at. Pretty much I carved out the profile, the ellipse, and then I just started digging. It's taken a while because it goes that far. I know. You sit there, be in awe, be in awe. I used a lot of TNT. Most of my gunpowder reserve is gone. I've got like a stack left. But yeah, and somewhere around here, I think it was over there somewhere, I found a little hidey hole Andreas had made. Andreas did make it to my base once, but he took a boat. He didn't go through the nether. Ooh, I should probably mine that. And right here is where I kind of stopped, and I think you can see why. We hit the ocean. And I was kind of hoping that we would be beneath the ocean, but that's not apparent. That's apparently not the case. And, yeah, this is what I get for digging out the bottom before I started digging the top. Anyhow, that's actually okay. I'll make glass walls and ceilings, and I think it'll be pretty cool. Yeah. And you see the mushrooms floating. I destroyed their little enclosure. I'll show you why. Basically, I had to make another mess. It's just been like a week of lots of schoolwork and mess making. Did that tree burn down? Dude! How did this happen? Oh man. I think we can rebuild it. We have the technology. Anyhow, that's why. I actually tried making a ceiling to try to get it just to be dark and the grass or the mycelium to despawn. It wasn't working, so I just flooded it. Yep. So that is actually where our tunnel's going to go. Is underneath that island. And that was originally my goal, was to make a place, a tunnel, that I could traverse my island quickly. And I think that will be the case. We could perhaps put a rail line in here, but I've got a cooler idea for how to move quickly through here. Just might take a while to get implemented. I know what you're thinking, what's he going to do with all this space? I'm actually just going to apple. Man, I need to clear this stuff out. I'm gonna make kind of a little subterranean earthway. Like it's just gonna be nice, little meadowy. It's gonna be like a tunnel, but it's like a tunnel filled with earth. No, that would actually be the polar opposite of a tunnel. A tunnel filled with like naturey goodness. Kinda like a burrito of nature. Nature burrito. Let me take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to try to clear some more of this stuff out. And I actually got to go do some other stuff, but I will be back shortly, I promise. So just give me a quick moment. Alright. You know, I'm tearing this stuff out, and I said I wasn't very inspired. And that's, while pretentious, kind of a half-truth. The mechanism I was using to sort this stuff is actually pretty smart on my part. If I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I actually liked it a lot. I really struggled initially with where to put this overflow sorting. I wanted it close to the main storage system, but at the same time, there wasn't really a good place to put it. Man, I've got like a false sense of wealth from all this stuff in here. Man. But it wasn't very inspired, and, you know, uh-oh. There's a scene in the movie Dead Poets Society with Robin Williams, and I know it's like the worst movie to ever like reference. um, but basically, he's talking to his class about how to write, and he says, "Don't use the word very. Very is lazy. The English language was invented to woo women," which probably, yeah. Um, but what he was really saying is using the word very. It's very lazy. Oh, look at me. Oh. He's saying it's lazy to use the word very. He says, don't say you're very tired, say you're morose. And that's a very good way of describing what we did here. I'm very disappointed in myself for building this overflow system. It worked well and it did its job. It just, it wasn't marvelous. And the rest of our base is nothing but marvels. We've got this awesome cavern. We've got that beautiful mine right down here. We've got this incredible glass wall holding back the ocean. And that's amazing. We've got a storage system which sorts nearly every item in the game. It's incredible. We formed this entire island to our will. Like, we're kind of playing God, but we did an incredible thing. Oh, that lighting glitch. We did an incredible thing making this place, and that overflow system, it was not worthy of being here with all this other incredible stuff. Like, it's just not. By a long shot. So I want it to be elegant, beautiful, and functional. And that's a lot to ask, but I know we can do it because we've done it before. And the Big Dig. The Big Dig's going to kind of solve some problems for us. With how we've had the rest of the base set up, there isn't really a lot of room to add on big things like the overflow system. I can cram lots of little tiny small things in, but I can't do big things. And like if I wanted to do a tree farm, there's nowhere to put a tree farm. Like, where am I going to put a small forest? Nowhere. There's nowhere to put that. I can't just like slap that onto the side of the cavern. It won't work. So the Big Dig's going to solve some problems for us. One, its primary goal is to get us a fast way to move up and down the island. And you know, I was saying I had a cool idea for that. It's not really that cool of an idea, but in 1.6 they're planning. They've already implemented it in a snapshot, but they're adding horses. And I want to get a horse, and I want to ride him up and down here. He's going to be great. We're going to be buddies, and that'll be good. So instead of doing rails, we're just going to have a horse, and he's going to be our buddy. We're going to give him lots of apples, and he's going to love it. Now, also, I'm going to relocate the surviving mushrooms to this subterranean tunnel. This will be their home. I feel bad because I overtook their island. So instead of floating up on the shore like Cuban refugees, we're going to just give them this home, and hopefully it'll be beautiful. Now, what I was saying was we still need the overflow. Just because I'm not happy with it doesn't mean it's going to be gone forever. We just need to find a better way to implement it into the base. And That's the secondary purpose of the tunnel. The mushroom things, that's just something to make me feel better about what I've done. But what we're going to do is this tunnel is going to serve as the backbone of our island. Um, I'm going to try to, above it if I can, create a line of hoppers running the length of the island that plugs into the sorting system. That way, if we have one, that way we can move items to the sorting system very easily, and two, well, I guess that's all it's going to do, but we're doing that because I also want to put farms along the length of this tunnel. Like, there's nowhere for me to grow a wheat farm in the base. I mean, I could do it up top, but up top is too pretty. So we're going to do that down here. And that's my plan. So along probably the walls of this, kind of like little escarpments, we'll have nice little farms protruding and stuff like that, like this right here. When I was planning out the big dig, I started the ellipse right here, and it was because I wanted this this little tunnel shaft, kind of. I wanted it to protrude like this. I think that's very cool. And I need to put windows in there so you can see into the tunnel, but I want it needs to be connected. So we've got a lot of work to do in here. That's very apparent. But this is going to be kind of a turning point for the base, because now we can actually start putting some other things in here. Up to now, we haven't really done that much if you think about it. We built a mine, a storage room, and that's actually a furnace, which, yeah. Like, my furnace is very cool and I'm proud of it, but yeah. There's no substance to our base. It's just a very, very large blank canvas. So now we actually need to start painting in that canvas. And right now I'm adding the last bit of canvas to our base, hopefully. I have to get rid of all the water on that other island and finish connecting the tunnel. But I don't think we'll do that for a while. I have plans for that other island. It wasn't just going to be a mushroom colony. I was actually going to try to cart some villagers all the way to my island and start up a little villager colony over there. I thought that would be very cool. But that's the plan. But before we can do any of that, we need to get some, some farms, but I want to finish the big dig. If it's going to be the backbone of our base, we need to get it in place quickly. The first thing I build in this tunnel, we'll probably build that overflow system. I was actually thinking about recessing it in the wall and then using some pillars and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a balcony, but it's recessed in the wall. So that's the plan for that. And yeah, after that we'll probably have to do tree farm, because I am running not dangerously low on wood, but I don't have like any income of wood. I can get like 5 stacks if I go out and do a tree planting run, where I cut down the tiny trees and stuff like that. But that area is actually decreasing, not exponentially, but logarithmic decay. Because the more I plant and that stuff, the more the big trees we get, and I have to leave those there. So, glad we already have grass down here, though. That's very nice. Very good. I've fallen in that thing like 3 times. That's the plan for the big dig, guys. I know I haven't had a video up in a while. As I said, because I was busy, but also because I wasn't pleased with the overflow system. Its functionality was fine, but we started the base. We said we were going to try to get the looks down, and then work the functionality around that, and I couldn't, or I didn't rather. I certainly can, and I will. Close call. But that's our plan. So that was why I hadn't done a video in a while, because it took me a long time to dig all this out. Yeah. So we'll be working on this in the future. I won't dig out the rest of this tunnel. I'll probably start actually building the inside. I was thinking about doing some ribs, it's like some wooden ribs and stuff like that. And obviously it's very dark in here, and I don't want to use torches. And my first thought was to do kind of hidden lighting. We might try that, like hiding glowstone in trees and stuff like that. But I have a feeling it won't provide enough light for us. So I was going to just hang glowstone from fences on the ceiling, and that's lazy. That's like saying very, but it might work. I'll be leaning. It's heavily dependent on the texture pack, and that's again lazy for me to use the texture pack to make something look good. But I think we can do it. So I know I've been going on for a while, guys. I just wanted to show you the big dig. If I had done all the TNT at once, I would have shown you that, but I didn't. It was like place one, blow it up, place one, blow it up, place one, blow it up. It's actually like place three, blow them up, but that's okay. We'll see y'all next time. We might start on overflow, or we might start trying to make the base look good. As I've said, I've got a lot of messes, and I need to clean those up. It's kind of a problem at this point. So, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. There's more to come, but I cannot promise a regular schedule like the 3-week I had going a while ago. Sorry. But we'll get it down. I really do need to get the mushrooms in here so I can eat while I work. But, yeah, guys, I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.